You think you know Battle Royale? This is Battle Royale distilled into its purest form. The game mechanics, the match pacing, and the online server performance are all tuned to provide the cleanest, rawest, most visceral competition on the planet. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. Hey everybody, so to preface this video, it was originally different. It was going to be a general poking fun at the Culling 2, questioning its existence, just having a laugh, basically. But then Xavient released a video earlier where they apologized for the game and walked it back, saying that they're going to be removing it from store shelves, from Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and refunding everyone. And then they announced that they're going to move back to the day one patch of the Culling and making it free to play. I'll link the video below so you can get the full context of everything. And of course that was going to make my video irrelevant, talking in the past tense and obsolete. So luckily I'm not gonna look like a doofus putting that out in the same time frame as theirs. And now I'll get a chance to still talk about the game, but also have a reaction to their decision to remove it from the store and revert back to supporting the Culling 1. So this is a little bit of a roller coaster now. Unlike the reaction to the Culling 2 being released in the first place, which was more of an avalanche of negativity. And it wasn't unwarranted either, man. The Culling 2 was trash on all fronts. Everything that it was trying to do has been done better by other games, and it felt like a knockoff of a mobile knockoff of PUBG, and was lacking all of its identity. It was so separated from what made the first game what it was. I do have a frag nade. Can I like... Oh my god, I cooked that on myself and it doesn't kill me. So that's what was happening? Oh my goodness. But the state of the Culling 2 wasn't really a surprise when you consider the circumstances around the development of the Culling 1 and how often they flipped the combat meta on its head with decision after decision that disrupted everything, despite how crazy this release was. In the end, it makes sense because this is what Xavient does. I think the real question is, are we willing to give them a chance to do, I don't want to call it the right thing, just a more sensible approach. Now, I'm a little bit more forgiving than others when it comes to at least going back and giving something a shot if a developer is going to admit their mistakes and try something better. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that saw that announcement trailer and were completely turned off and didn't want to look back at the game again. When you see someone parachuting down to the arena and everyone's got guns strapped to their backs, the only semblance of melee that you see are just scenes of people walking around with weapons and one guy getting his attack blocked. There was no melee kill in the trailer when it's a sequel for a game that was nearly all about melee. Getting everyone back will probably prove to be very difficult, and I think they would be lucky if this works out. It's kind of worse than a shot in the dark at this point to finally go back and answer for their mistakes from 2016. And I'm not hoping for their failure in this. I'm sure I want them to succeed more than most people do because I thought the first game was really unique and interesting, and I want to go back and play it again in a good state. When it was at its best, it felt like the game was a battle with desperation where you didn't get to choose where you spawn, you just come out of a pod and you're likely just forging a knife out of a stick and a rock and trying to scratch and claw your way to better weapons. It was silly, a little janky at times, but in the emerging battle royale scene, it had a lot of flavor and was very fun. And it turned out to be a little strike at gold that Xavient didn't really know what to do with, and that's how we got to where we are today. But I'll be happily trying the Culling 1 out again, giving them a shot. Anything is better than the one time that I tried to kill someone with a melee weapon in the Culling 2. because that situation was quite obnoxious, okay? I try to hit him, I miss a couple of times, that was my fault. But I had 63 health. He turns around one time with the katana and cuts me down in one shot. So they overcompensated the damage of the melee weapons to, I guess, be in line with guns, because if they didn't, then they would be obsolete. So I won't be missing that, but at least I can say, before the Culling 2 was shut down, I got to win a solo game. And how many other people on this planet will get to hold that accomplishment above their heads and look down upon all of the common people out there who couldn't get into a game, much less win one. Hey, Jeff Keighley, hit me up because I will absolutely accept an award for this. Now, I do have some advice. I guess it's kind of general, not gonna be very specific to Xavient, and the situations can differ. You know, they're a company with higher ups and money being spent, several people with jobs, that kind of thing. One, we gotta stop putting loading screen quotes in video games, y'all. We gotta let it go. I think that's something that everybody can follow. That's no problem. Just shut that shit down, please. And two, if you're someone out there who makes things, this one's really important. You gotta learn to throw your shit in the garbage, okay? Leave things on the cutting room floor if they don't deserve to see the light of day. The disgust that comes from something coming out that is of a poor quality is much worse than any disappointment you might feel leaving something unfinished. You just have to be willing to criticize your own work almost to a fault, honestly. So Xavient, I really do wish you the best. I swear to God though, if there's some weird microtransaction bullshit that comes out because of this, because the game is gonna go free to play, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. And hey, to everybody who watched the video, thank you. I will see you later.